All right, hello everyone, and I'll welcome to a 2v or a 4v4 matchup. This is going to be China's team number 2 versus the Korean team. The Korean team having LawLiet, Sok, Chaemiko, and Soin. They are going to be, well, they are going to be yellow team on what I will call the west side of the map, going up against China team's number 2. It has Ted, Hainiu, KeepSilence, and Angeline. All right, this game taking place here on Nightopia. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And well, it is a 4v4 matchup. Let's look at the races. Can't really fast forward through everything. Undead for Sock. Night Elf off over here. Night Elf, I believe, is LawLiet. Coming back across off to the north, this is going to be, what's that, Soin? And then this is Chaemiko off to the north. Oh, different players. Yeah, no, not game number 2. So different teams, different players. Meanwhile, Ted spawning as the undead player here. This is, I believe, is this Hainiu? All right. This is Angeline, and I believe this is KeepSilence. Yeah. All right. So I will just be referring to them as red versus yellow now. Going to be a little bit difficult to keep track of all of the action, as well. The spawning locations here more set up for a battle that's more similar to 2 separate 2v2 games at the same time, since you are not bundled up with all of your teammates in one corner of the map. All right, Farseer ready to move on out. We can see Giant Sea Turtle, a Hermit clearing of creep camps. Angeline quickly going, or the Night Elf player quickly going for a Panda first. And AoE damage makes a lot of sense here. And AoE damage in the battles, or in these battles early on, since so many units seem to be clumping together. Meanwhile, Sok going for a Dreadlord first and now trying to set up an expansion. Farseer is going to be able to easily punish this, as this Dreadlord is simply by himself. Additional units may be making its way nearby. Wisp coming over, and also an Acolyte making its way over as well. Little bit of damage, and at least trying to punish or slow down the expansion, and that will work. Farseer continuing to put in pressure on that Dreadlord and those skeletal minions, as archers are now going to be coming back to try and allow for a bit of additional help. Off to the north here, Archmage going to go ahead and attempt to clear out this gold mine in the back. I don't believe this is actually traversable. I believe that is a ravine right there. Units cannot swim, not many units can swim in WarCraft 3. Archmage continue to put pressure on the trappers and these spearmen here. Archmage already at level 3, going to pick up a crystal ball, giving him sight anywhere he wants to be. All right, coming back through, expansions are being placed down in multiple locations. It looks as though, running out of lumber and thereby delaying this expansion attempt here, as the Death Knight looking to clear out of this rock golem creep camp to get to level 2. Getting even just the Null Brood should help. Yeah, getting to level 2 now with Unholy Aura, able to move slightly faster and having a bit more mana. Death Coils are going to be in play. Archmage now coming over to support, as well as this is turning into a 2v2 fight off at the north. Units are still looking to retreat back here. Death Knight trying to lead the charge. Footmen unsure of where they want to be, as we are looking at an expansion coming in from the Night Elf on the southern side as well. Can't remember last time afforded so many strong players like this. Yeah, a lot of very, very strong strong players in these matchups. We're just keeping the game and the community alive with entertaining things that we rarely ever get to see. All right, Forest Shore or Headhunter is now looking to retreat back. Arcane Tower going to shut down this yellow water elemental here, but only one tower is not going to be enough to really deter really 2 armies at this point and stage in this game, unless they are here to defend it. Meanwhile, we are looking at still some creeping happening by the yellow team. So the yellow team is able to put in a pressure on the far side of the map while still creeping on their own, and that seems to be the strategy for some of the red team as well. Defend where you can, creep, get a map awareness and advantage, as well as both sides are pushing their way through. This map, Nightopia, nearly feels like at any wrong turn in the woods, you may just stumble across your opponent who is out to get you. And that is the case right here with the Panda and the Farseer leading the charge against that Dreadlord. All right, expansion already down by Sok here. Acolytes are making their way back over, and now in comes the Banda from the other side. We're going to get into a little bit of a pincer play here as well as the Sentry Ward there. There's a Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire across multiple units there, as we can see this damage over time still simply racking up. Are the archers going to be able to survive? Yes, they are. The Drunken Haze and the damage over time from that Breath of Fire has come to an end, and now they are just currently shadow melded there to try and minimize all of that damage. Another Breath of Fire coming back across, but the Brewmaster now out of mana, unable to do all of that much. Do we see a Dust of Appearance? No, we do not. Dreadlord still wandering back around, wants to stay close here. That's a Staff of Teleportation into a sleep. All right, a big misstep right there, trying to use a Staff of Teleportation next to a Dreadlord with that ultimate ability of Sleep. He was, however, able to break free as the Dreadlord simply did not have enough hit points. Farseer now looking to retreat back once more. Thank you for the $1. Hi YouTube. Yeah, thank you for the $1. Every dollar does definitely help, as wow, I didn't even realize you could do that. All the things I've set up for so many years. But yeah, coming back through. Army going to get healed back up and move on out once more. Blacksmith getting placed down here, and perhaps even adding in an Arcane Vault so that you don't have to run nearly as far back. Panda still trying to keep pressure into this expansion location. Archers are shadow melded, and units are still looking to retreat back here still. Panda sitting at level 3. Army is going to try and get ready to engage, as the Archmage Archmage leading the charge back in from the north. All right, it looks as though both sides are still clearing out creep camps in their own neck of the woods, and we may be looking at multiple level 3 heroes on both sides. Level 3 Death Knight, level 3 Brewmaster, level 3 Archmage for both sides here, as we're looking to get into a bit of an engagement. It's a 2-on-2 fight, but we're going to see a reinforcement come in from the south here. Farseer now leading in a charge. Staff of Teleportation inbound, as we see a Scroll of Healing there. Dreadlord shows up to the party with a Scroll of Healing and quickly heals up everyone there, and just trying to use these Scrolls of Healing very, very effectively. When your armies are this wide, well, Scrolls of Healing make an extreme amount of sense, as they're able to recover thousands of hit points fairly easily. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability by the Farseer. Units are still trying to retreat back. Tauren Chieftain getting up to level 2 as well, as the charge still underway. A bunch of very low hit point footmen can easily get taken down by a Breath of Fire. There's a Shockwave, there's a Carrion Swarm, and there's a bunch of dead units followed in now by, well, a Breath of Fire here, now going after Ted's Crypt Fiends. Crypt Fiends are now being forced to retreat back, as we see some Scrolls of Town Portal as well. Tactical retreats, but how much damage did red armies take while trying to pursue an army of heroes that had AoE damage? Archmage does have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, uses the Scroll of Town Portal instead to head back out and regroup. All right, regrouping at the expansion location here. Large red army coming across the center portion now and getting ready to put pressure onto this expansion here, stopping this entangling of the gold mine. All right, Archmage still needs to get to level 4 for level 2 Brilliance Aura to help out all of the surrounding heroes. Army, two separate battles happening across multiple planes here, as the Brewmaster finally suddenly finds himself, well, out of position compared to everyone else. All right, what is happening here? Trying to go to the marketplace to buy something, only to see that the Voidwalkers and Dark Troll Warlord are still in position. All right, Brewmaster needs to make its way back off to the north here. What is going on? Is he trying to run around the far side? No, as his position and timings are all going to be key as well. All right, Panda gets in one Breath of Fire. Gargoyle is now showing up to the party, as the Brewmaster of Yellow now gets up to level 4. Another Shockwave ripping on through. Carrion Swarm ripping on through. So much AoE damage, as the Yellow Brewmaster being forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal, as it did get ensnared. Farseer down to 42 hit points. He uses a Scroll of Town Portal in time. That Carrion Swarm does not reach him before the invulnerability, as he heads back out. Archmage trying to retreat back out here, but are they going to end up walking into a wrong path? Yes, they're trying to walk into a cliff, as with the Death Knight right there in position. Panda tries to get a Breath of Fire off on those departing units, but their flight had already left. Death Knight, Lich now adding in a Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord has that AoE stun in that impale range, and that could cause some serious problems, as well as there's already plenty of AoE damage from all of the other heroes. Hero combination choices to try and blow over the enemy army, as the Farseer looks to clear out some more creep camps here in the center portion of the map. Still, there is a high gold mine here. Magnetar Reaver, a very high capacity gold mine could get cleared out, as we're looking at the Magnetar Warrior here getting taken down. Farseer sitting at level 3, Panda sitting at level 4, multiple heroes staying together here as the yellow army. Well, in the center portion of the map, we had the Nether Dragon Roost. All right, so another Dragon Roost. Are we going to get a high-level dragon that has Devour? That is the question, as the Nether Dragon Roost, wow, that actually is a little animated building, well, could cause some big problems there. Coming back around, we're looking at the Red Night Elf army trying to mine a lot of gold, still sitting in no upkeep. This is going to be taken down pretty much NWS. Not, well, nope, Scroll of Town Portal inbound. I thought this was going to be an NWS situation. It is not. In comes the armies to try and reinforce, as there's other armies in from the north here. Mountain King gets a storm build off on the trailing Mountain King. There is another Carrion Swarm there coming back across, and now we're looking at a fight from the north and the south. All right, red army coming in from the south here, yellow army coming in from the north, where there should be more red army units coming reinforcing from the north side, as well as the Dryads are looking to engage. Wow, how come it seems like I'm so close to the action? Oh wow, I was trying to scroll out and it was actually keeping me locked in. All right, Druids of the Talon could try and take to the skies here or come back onto land. What is going to be the necessary thing, as the Panda and the yellow army is still able to push through very strongly. Sok and leading the Korean team, just leading the charge here to try and take down expansions and get the economic advantage and translate it into a stronger army. However, if they keep on losing a lot of these priests and berserkers to AoE damage, that's going to continue to funnel more experience into the undead or into all of these units here. Low hit point Obsidian Statue, a random freak Carrion Swarm or Shockwave could easily take that down, as well as there are still no repairs nearby. All right, we're looking at large number of Druids of the Talon with that air-to-air magic damage. One of the stranger things to actually look out for. Druids of the Talon deal magic damage while in the air against other air units, and however, there's not very many heavy armored air units at all, except, well, I guess flying machines technically count, but do you really want Druids of the Talon going up against flying machines? Doesn't seem like a good use there. All right, couple of well-timed ensnares, meaning the yellow team trying to escape away, gonna lose a handful of units. There goes another priest there. There goes a berserker. This berserker most likely will get taken down. 1 or 2 more shots. There goes some knights, as well as the units we're looking to clear up this expansion off to the north. In comes a major large fight. We're going into an engagement. Chain lightning now bouncing around. Flying machines getting cleaned up by the Druids of the Talent, and the yellow team finally needing to use a Scroll of Town Portal to head back out. Mountain King falls at level 2. Farseer and Archmage retreat back out. Dreadlord falling behind a split moment later, and now finally the Brewmaster also doing, well, calling the same play, forcing the entire yellow team to retreat back. And not only is it going to be a problem, it also depends on where they Scroll of Town Portal to. Keeping you and your allies close together mean that you can strike a target while your opponent still needs to regather themselves, and that might be what's happening here, as the yellow army seems to be all back at their own respective homes. Drunken Haze, breath of fire across multiple units here. I don't see any easy healing, as the Tree of Life quickly gonna get taken down. No obsidian statues, no priests nearby to keep all of these units alive, and, well, 1 obsidian statue in the back to try and work across all of these units here. And once more, not understanding the position on the map and knowing that this is a one-way, well, a cul-de-sac, essentially, getting your units trapped in there as they now attempt to run on out. All right, high ground, low ground positioning. Torrent Chieftain now looking to, well, make their way through, and map awareness and map map familiarity is going to make a very, very big difference, as here we are fighting into the side here. There goes a carry-on swarm from a level 5 Dreadlord. Gargoyle is going to try and engage Tauren Chieftain, I believe. Is he taken down? Yeah, Tauren Chieftain falls at level 2, and massive damage across both sides. So many health bars to try and even keep track of what is going on. Units attacking left and right. AoE damage, we're just seeing well, look at this. I can't explain it fast enough. All right. All right, death and destruction every which way. Heroes starting to fall down now. Flying machines constantly falling as well. We're looking at a Kodo Beast. He's going to get cleaned up. Yellow's army looking like they're continuing to push through. But, well, we are now looking at the Dreadlord getting up to level 6, calling down an Infernal. That AoE damage does rack up quite a bit of damage, as we're looking at a bunch of low hit point red units as well. Healing wave on the Dreadlord. Dreadlord down to 120 hit points. He's down to 48, 56. Is he going to end up getting taken down? No. Scroll of Town Portal keeps him alive. And, well, as the Tauren Chieftain, well, unable to, well, finish the job there. Red now looking to retreat back. Yellow able to stay alive as, well, as the Pandas trying to get away at, or trying to lead the charge. Tauren Chieftain falls at level 4, as we see another dragon dealing chaos damage and able to just move around the map quickly. That chaos damage extremely effective against fortified armor, as well, extremely effective against everything, as it deals full damage to all targets. And, well, I don't even know all the spells of a level 10 Nether Dragon. You do have to be careful, though, as the Patrol Bat Riders will try to dive on that target. But with 8 armor and 2,200 hit points, that's quite a battle to try and overcome. All right, army of red, Scroll of Town Portal back here. We're looking at perhaps trying to clear out the Magnetar Reaver or get some additional good items once more. Well, going after this Goblin Laboratory. There's some also easy creep camps here. And now they're going to just be moving on forward. Yellow's army has been separated into 2 different squadrons. This Night Elf Infernal, Night Elf Undead army, Infernal, could be dropped down here, but will take a little bit more time. And Dreadlord still has more carry-on swarm to use to try and pick apart all of those units. Meanwhile, Yellow army going to try to engage and cut off any of the reinforcements, as the Orc Burrows do not have the fortified armor upgrade, making it so that the Stoneform Gargoyles and Dryads can really push through. In comes a Scroll of Town Portal, and now Sock quickly tries to retreat back out with that Dreadlord, since he was the only, well, he was pretty much playing solo Dreadlord play. But that does leave the expansion off in the center portion side of yellow, or of red, exposed to yellow, and this expansion now may get taken down. All right, high maneuverability, just constantly attacking where your opponent is not and dealing damage, cutting off resources. That seems to be the game plan here, as we're looking at this expansion, which could be easily destroyed. Coming back through, however, red finding a way to slip on in from the south side and perhaps put pressure on the undead base itself. Meanwhile, the 2 armies of yellow, the orc and the human, ready to push on in, perhaps try and take down this castle here, as we could turn into a base trade situation. All right, what is going down across here? Nether Dragon now trying to make its way over. We can see a couple of Druids of Talent now making their way back around as well, as the Dryads are all here and in position. All right, base trade scenario. Flying machines going after all of these. We can see that the Chimeras have the siege upgrade damage. Going to be able to take down those buildings extremely quickly, and now no more Scroll of Town Portal for that undead army. Undead of Sock now trying to, well, unsummon all of these buildings and then flee and retreat back home. 1 base will be lost here, but also the castle was taken down here on this side as well. All right, continue to move on through. Fly machines heading their way over. All right, hippogriffs, fly machine, or excuse me, Chimera is going to be going after the Tree of Eternity, and once more, 3 chimeras. A 4th one could also be attacking that Tree of Eternity, is going to be really shutting things down. We are turning this into a 4v4 base race scenario, and, well, having siege damage does definitely help. Flying machines do not have bombard, as the chimeras are just trying to finish off the remainder of these buildings here. Tauren Chieftain now looking to finish off this haunted gold mine as well. Siege damage across the board, The Druids, the Talon, could get into Druid form and actually add in a little bit of damage if they want to, but they don't seem to be doing that at all. Gargoyles down across here trying to take down the fortress, and well, this base is nearly cleaned up. This base is nearly cleaned up as well. At least no more mining, as the flying machines here do have bombard and are now taking down the buildings of Ted. All right, base trade scenario. What is happening here? Acolytes gonna slowly get taken down one at a time. There goes another building there. Raider attempting to take down this Acolyte, but the Acolyte, well, while on Blight, nearly unkillable as it is regenerating hit points so quickly. Still moving back off to the north and rebuilding buildings that were lost, so that this base race just becomes more and more and more odd. Gargoyles trying to finish things off here. Yellow's team, does it actually have enough to really take down all of these buildings? That is the question right now, as the Knights are now looking to lead the charge. All right, a little bit of creeping going on as well, as the Red Army, for some reason, not fully engaged here, finally making its way through. Hippogriffs are nearby. Druids of the Talon are all nearby, as the Chimeras are looking to take down all of the towers, and then finally this town hall as well. All right, lots of buildings lost on both sides here. Is this going to turn into a base? Well, this is a base race scenario, but who's actually going to come out on top? These flying machines pretty much useless so far, and now all they're trying to do is stop the mining, so there is no more production. But those buildings, each of those buildings represents another hit point that you need to destroy eventually if you're trying to force your opponent out of this game. All right. More mining getting underway here. A massive number of, four Chimeras looking to take down this castle here. Knights also looking to take down the farms nearby. No masonry upgrades, so these buildings, no additional armor or hit points, as, well, building after building is slowly getting taken down. All right. Handful of buildings left off over here to the top right as well. Red and yellow have completely, well, all of their buildings have pretty much been wiped off the map now, and red is now migrating to the left while yellow is migrating to the right. A couple of handful of buildings there. No, that's actually a yellow building, but there is a red wisp right here as well. A new tree of life trying to get in the position here, as this, well, necropolis is going to end up being cleaned up. All right. Bunch of fortified armor, bunch of watchtowers trying to fight back here. Farseer diving into this position. The Chimeras could really just go after this fortress here and then take down all of these remaining buildings. Are the towers actually going to give experience and level ups? Archmage is very close to level 5. I believe Farseer is not that close. That could actually become quite a bit of a problem, as we see a big impale across multiple units there. There's the level 5. Thank you for the subscribe there, as the Chimera should really be the ones to join in on this battle. Not quite sure why they aren't doing exactly that, since they have that very long siege range against all of these fortified buildings. All right, attempting to take down the buildings now, slowly picking them apart, and, well, still having quite a bit of play. All right, destroyers continuing to take down buildings here, as we are looking at yellow building. That building going to get taken down. All right, yellow building taken down there. Where is red's building? That is the question. There is one building left here by red. I think that is the last building, and, well, one appropriate name for that red building, KeepSilence, just trying to hide himself, not making a name in the wood. Are you from US or Canada? I suppose the former. I'm from California. From US, yeah. I'm from America. I'm from Cal. Well, someone actually says I'm from California. All right. Last building taken out there. Victors belong to, wow. So total score, well, Korean team taking out a Chinese team number 2. Crazy 2v2 matchup, actually turning into a base race. KeepSilence unable to, well, I guess, hide his last building, and I think that was the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.